to the bone. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone.
Good evening and welcome into Cowles Stadium here in beautiful Christchurch for Cowles NBL action. It's the second placed Canterbury Rams hosting the Wellington Saints, who finally have a win this season. Nick Yulee here for the call for this one, alongside Tessa Boakni.
Kia ora.
Kia ora. Tessa, the Rams, 3 on the bounce now. Last week against the Sharks, super impressive, but only 2 more games now with Ty Wynyard, who's been an absolute beast. This is almost must win in a way, because we don't know what the future's going to look like without Ty Wynyard.
Oh, 100%. They have to take full advantage of these next 2 games, get 2 Ws, make sure they make the most of it before they have to go back to the drawing board and figure out what they're going to do next.
Ty, of course, heading off to China to join the Shanghai Sharks and play 3x3. Will play against the Nelson Giants next week. Conversely, Tessa, the Saints, a really scratchy start for them, 0-3, all those games at home, but then they get a new import, they get a fit Kyle Adnam, they get Isaiah Leafa, and they finally get a win.
Yeah, I think the addition of those 3 just really showed how invaluable they are. And the backcourt now with Kyle Adnam and Leafa, that is scary. And I think they're going to have a big prominence in this league. And it's exciting to see how they're going to gel together as a team.
Yeah, thinking out of all the teams in the Cowles NBL, these 2 are probably the only ones that now have imports off the bench.
That's scary.
Taylor drops back to the bench for the Saints, but he doubled against the Giants last week. Of course, the Rams run Troy Baxter Jr. And Jared Wilson framed, and their rotation on the second unit. There is the ladder. The Otago Nuggets are the front runners. Really impressive, dogged win last night, against the Auckland Tuatara. But the Rams there in second, looking for their 5th win and what would be 4th in a row. The Saints, conversely, down there in 9th, but it's pretty contested here. So when you look at the amount of teams there, not much separating 3rd and 9th, really.
No, and we saw that last year. It's such a competitive league. Every game really matters.
Looking ahead to what's to come this weekend, and the Nelson Giants, we spoke about them, still the only team yet to have a victory this season. They're on home floor against the Taranaki Airs. Franklin Bulls follow. The Otago Nuggets have to back up from yesterday's performance. 2 games in the space of 3 days to Brett Mataheri's side. And the Manawatu Jets on home floor against the Hawke's Bay Hawks, who just can't buy a win at the moment. 3 in a row from winnable positions too. Really intriguing to see how that one goes. The Saints are rolling with the same starting 5. They got the job done last week against the Giants. Adnam, Leafa, Gusius, Tommy B, and Toy Smith-Milner. They are, of course, coached by Troy McLean, who Tessa caught up with a little earlier.
Kia ora, Coach. So, first win of the season, team morale, how's it feeling now?
Good. You know, we're still building, we're still finding chemistry, we're still integrating guys into the group. Zave and Zeke just joined us less than 10 days ago, so yeah, but morale's high, and it was good to get on the road. We had 4 home games in a row, so it's good to get the group together on the road and go through some of these things.
Exactly, and first road game, what was really important to work on this past week for the Rams?
They're a solid team, so across the board we just had to be efficient at all of our positions. So we're looking forward to the challenge. They're top of the table or up there with Otago, so you know we think they pose a lot of different challenges that I think we can meet today.
Good luck, thank you so much.
Thoughts there of Troy McLean. Kyle Adnam, 34-9 against the Giants, 26 points, 11 assists against the Tuatara. There is the Rams starting 5, no changes for them either. Taylor Britz, Tevin Brown, Walter Brown. Some exciting news for him this morning, Tessa.
Very exciting.
3-year contract with the Tasmania Jack Jumpers in the Australian NBL. Max Darling and Ty Wynyard. They are coached by Judd Flavel. Tessa caught up with him a little earlier.
Kia ora, Coach. The Saints record a bit deceiving, 1-3, now that they've got 2 new players. How's the prep been this week?
Yeah, firstly, I'll just acknowledge Joe Frost, you know, the passing of a great man, great coach of this country, New Zealand basketball icon. You know, from the Canterbury Rams behalf, you know, to the family, just, yeah, all our love and support to the family. Yeah, I mean, the Saints, as we know, new pieces coming in, but I think their record I mean, you could see that the pieces, obviously Kyle Adnam was out too and bothered with injuries as well, so they were just piecing everything together. It's still early days, and yeah, the record doesn't reflect the firepower that this team has, and so hopefully, it's a big challenge for us, but we're looking forward to it.
Yeah. And have you started to think about life after tie? What's the plan?
I've tried not to think about life after tie. But look, great opportunity for him. Yeah, for us, I mean, we're working behind the scenes, I guess, and what we're going to do there. And I guess we do lose one piece, but we still have a lot of pieces left here. And one thing Ty's given us is a great foundation to work from. And I know that it's a hole to fill, but I'm very confident that we will be able to do that.
Thoughts there of Judd Flavel. There is the TAB head-to-head. The TAB, our official stats partner of the NZNBL. The Rams, most points on offense, most rebounds, most assists. It's quite remarkable, really, given the Saints' record, Tessa. Still the third most prolific offense in the league, but look at points against. That's really where they need to tidy things up.
Exactly. Defense is really where they need to step up, especially against a team like the Rams.
The officiating crew this evening: Martin Davison, Hamish Dale, and Regan Ashley. I understand Matthew Bathurst is flight's delayed, so there's been a late change there. Thoughts with Matthew? Hope you catch the second half. Tune in on Sky Sport. A special occasion too for the Wynyard whānau tonight, Tessa, with Ty's younger brother Totoko into the rotation, a potential NZNBL debut.
Yeah, that's very cool, and probably prepping him for when Ty leaves. They need another big man. He might just be able to fill in the role.
Forgive the Saints for thinking they're seeing double. Aiden Tonge away with the New Zealand 3x3 team over in Israel, so it's the change in the rotation for the Rams. Great crowd in here at Cowles, as there has been the last few weeks. Should be an absolute cracker. The Saints found their form, new additions. The Rams in a real groove as well. And one matchup I'm really looking forward to, Tessa. Kyle Adnam, well, we saw last week when the Sharks were in town, Walter Brown matched up against Jeremy Kendall and caused an absolute nuisance of himself all through that first half. Gets Jeremy Kendall to 9 points as Walter Brown picks it up here. I'm wondering whether he'll pick up Adnam on the defensive end tonight.
Yeah, I have a feeling he will, and he's an absolute menace, but you'd love to see it.
Here's Brown with possession. Just an indecision there. We wait for Buckner evening, and Walter Brown makes it happen off the glass.
Oh, what a nice finish there. Way to take it to him, young man.
Almost dribbles out of bounds. Vodanovich with the recovery. Can't get that one to roll. So the Rams.
Good defense there by Max Starling to take the contact and stay strong, forcing Tom just to miss it.
Darling with a season high points. It's the Sharks. Last week as they go down low to Ty Wynyard. That's bread and butter for Ty. Rams out to a 4-0 lead early.
Not much you can do to stop there once he gets the ball that close to the hoop.
Here is Walter Brown on Adnam, but they get the switch. Smith-Milner flies it to Liafa. 5 seconds on the shot clock, got to get something to go here. Kyle Adnam absorbs the contact.
Yeah.
The Saints are on the board.
He made the most of that mismatch. He knew he had the speed on Max Starling, so really took it to him.
Rams going to get into their offense early through Britt. Finds Darling in the corner, lets it fly. Just a little long on that one. Amusius. The Wellington Saints new on ball with the rebound, but there's Walter Brown with the fast hands. Couldn't connect on the pass to Darling. Did the hard work. The turnover. There you have it, Tessa. Walter Brown all over Kyle Adnam.
Yep, there he has been a menace on defense already, and you just know how tiring that's going to be for Kyle Adnam all game, and we know that Walter Brown's an energizer bunny, and he's going to be able to keep that up the whole game.
defensive side for the Rams. It's their energizer bunny, Walter Brown, who just catching up, has signed a new 3-year deal with the Tasmania Jack Jumpers, the Australian NBL. 2 of those as a development player, and the 3rd year a fully rostered player as Britt lets that one fly. Back iron, bobbles around, but on it hits the deck and finds Leapa.
It looks like the Saints have really done their homework and know that they need to box the Rams out because they are one of the top offensive rebounding teams in this league, and that's where they get lots of their points.
There's Isaiah Mucius, game 2 for the Saints. Finds his spot and connects. Long 2. In fact, no, it was a 3, so the Saints lead by 1. And strong defensive pressure this time, Leapa all over Tevin Brown. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Darling will have to let it fly.
Oh, almost got it too.
Fashions a shot. Strong defensive presence from both sides early. Leapa likes the look. And that is money from the Sky Sport Breaker.
Yeah, he had a great season with the Breakers, I thought. Really stepped up and played his role really well.
Huge part of their run all the way to the ANBL final is Britt. Can't get that one to go. Here come the Saints through Edna, playing with pace. And the foul is called on Ty Wynyard. First trip to the TAB.
It's always niggly being a big man defending a small man. You usually always get called for the foul, no matter if they bump into you, because they're the ones that ricochet off of you and look like they've been fouled.
Speaking like a true big.
It's happened to me once or twice before.
And this is the first from the TAB. Free throw shooting, a little bit of an issue for both teams, both shooting at 69% for the season. The Rams with the most attempts of any team in the South NBL from the TAB strikers, and it makes the second. And it's the Saints scored the last 9 up. The Rams got it going early. Can Brown find an answer? Can't make that open look. Strong rebound from Tommy V.
We've seen this happen a few times. The Rams come out firing and then just slow down a little bit and let the other team come back. Another.
Bogdanovich's second, almost in identical fashion. You can't believe it. He'll have to take a seat. Nane Samuel will check in, as will Marlon Taylor. The Saints briefly have 6 players on the court. That's an issue. 5 off, says Kyle Adam, and he takes a seat. What are you seeing with those calls there, Tessa, on Bogdanovich?
Oh, look, I never know with screens.
Darling gets to work down low, opens his account for the evening. It's the referee setting what they're going to call early anyway, as Lucius again from well beyond the arc. Can't get that one to fly. Here comes the Rams through Britt.
Oh, good defense there.
Marlon Taylor. Leapa slings it to Mucius. Tries to get something to go from mid-range. Can't do so. Real intensity early though between these two teams. TAB had the Rams as $1.42 favourites. Not too sure about that. Is Smith Builder. Can't believe the no call. But they get the rebound, the Saints. Miss with the second, and Wynyard cleans up.
It's been a pretty physical game to start off with, so I think the players have to know to adjust and be expecting contact at the hoop.
Another turnover from the Rams. Couldn't connect on that backdoor cut. 5 minutes into the first quarter, pretty low scoring, 9 points to 6. Marlon Taylor, as mentioned, Tessa back to the bench last week, but just as influential on the game. As Tevin Brown over the head, just couldn't connect with another Rams player. His 13 14 and 14 on 5 from 12 shooting against the Giants last week, Marlon Taylor.
The referee's just having a little bit of a conversation about what happened, I think.
As is Judd Flavel getting in there. The foul is on Quinn Clinton, who's just come into the game. Rams back up point guard.
I think they were discussing whether he was in the act of shooting or not, and I agree with that call. It looked like he was kind of looking to pass it there.
Smith Milner up top, then sets the screen for Kyle Adnam. This is where he goes to work.
What a finish.
Silky smooth from Kyle Adnam. He's got 5 first quarter points. The Saints lead by 5. With 4:30 to go in the first. Tough shot, Walter Brown.
Gets the tip in. That was nice. Never give up on the play.
The rebounding has been such a big part of the Rams' success so far this season. They're 4-1. They lead the league in rebounds, and they far and away lead the league in offensive rebounds as well.
Yeah, I think they get about 36% of their offensive rebounds. That's ridiculous.
Side inbound for the Saints as the defense chant brings around Cowles. Kenneth Tuffin lets it fly from the corner. Happy birthday to Kenneth Tuffin. 26 today. Baxter Jr. into the game, but rejected by Dane Seven. Here is Adnam once more, feeling it early. Now with Marlon Taylor. Adnam will let it fly from way beyond the arc. Doesn't he love it with Baxter's hand in his face?
Cheeky wee smile to Baxter then, just letting him know, I made that over you.
Kyle Adnam is locked in. 8 quick points for him in the first. Saints lead by 6 as Tevin Brown takes it to the cup. Can't get the friendly roll. And here come the Saints downhill. Taylor absorbs the contact. And an and-one opportunity for Marlon Taylor. The Saints have started strong. Trip to the TAB awaits.
I like what the Saints are doing. They're just attacking. It's started with Kyle Adnam. He's just getting the ball and taking it all the way to the hoop, and now the rest of the team is getting that transition offense. And it's working for them so far.
Held the Rams to just 8 first quarter points so far. Interesting discussion on Twitter today, Tessa, about best point guard in the league early doors. We've seen Jeremy Kendall live as Taylor unable to complete the 3-point play. We're now seeing Kyle Adnam. Are you willing to go out on a will early and pick the top point guard so far in the NZNBL?
I mean, I think it's a little harsh since we haven't seen as many games of Kyle Adnam as we have with Jeremy Kendall. But Jeremy Kendall's stats are pretty insane. And what he did last week, putting the team on his back and winning that Southland Sharks game, was insane.
Clinton can't connect from 3. So the Rams just in a bit of an offensive rut here after scoring the first 4 points. Jared Weeks certainly in that point guard conversation. Back-to-back 30-point games for the Tuatara. Samuel unable to connect from 3. Some good hustle there by the new fella, Azar Lucius. This is his first professional basketball outside of the States for the 24-year-old. 12 points on debut against the Giants last week. Played for the Capital City Go-Go in the G League, the feeder team to the Washington Wizards in the NBA.
I like the aggression that the Saints have come out with in this first opening quarter. They've landed the first punch and really taken it to the Rams with physicality and aggression, and the Rams kind of need to step that up a bit.
Mucius makes the first from the TAB. Going to make it a 10-point lead. Ed's just been taken out of Cowles Stadium here briefly. Tessia right, they need a counter punch. The home team, can they find it through one of their imports off the bench? Baxter Jr., in fact all three on the court. Kevin Brown and Jared Wilson Frame. And a loose handle from Wilson Frame. Not what Judd Flavel was after. Here come the Saints once more. 2 minutes and change to go. They lead by 10. And it's been to the Kyle Adams show early. He's got 8. Here's Isaiah Leapa. And we've seen that plenty on Sky Sport.
Yeah.
The Saints are up. Judd Flavel knows it.
He's seen enough. He's ready for a timeout. Wow, what a start from the Saints.
20 points to 8, the 9th placed Saints against the 2nd placed Canterbury Rams. We knew this was coming in a way, didn't we, Tess? They found their groove last week. They got new pieces in with Lucius Leapa here, short term. And of course the fit Kyle Adnam, they are a completely different beast. Scan the QR code there for New Balance merch, courtesy of Belgravia Apparel. I have done so, Tessa, I don't know if you noticed when you weighed in, got some nice 272s here, some New Balance kits.
Oh,
not bad at all.
Fancy, they're nice.
Yeah. Scan the code. What's Judd Flavel saying, do you reckon? Because whatever they went into this one planning to do, just we've been far from that.
They need to get back on defense and protect the paint. Right now, the Saints are destroying the paint. They're getting drive after drive and finish inside. So they need to protect the paint, make sure that they're back on defense fast, and just be more aggressive. The Saints have really shown aggression in the physical. The Rams haven't shown much of that. So just need to step it up.
Guy who's been shooting the lights out this season, excuse me, is Kaya Isaac, who's just made his way onto the court. 7 from 9 from distance. And he will occupy the corner as Wilson Frame brings it forward. Here he is, Kaya Isaac. They go back to Wynyard. Baxter Jr. gets up, hammers it low. Is that the spark that gets the Rams going? Leapa, Lucius, Adnam up front, 1-2 guard combo here, Leapa and Adnam. So can't get that one to go though. The Saints, so it's back with the Rams. Can they get on a run? Wilson Frame can't connect on that one. And here come the Saints. Samuel with the screen.
Oh.
Cowles called on off the ball. No, it's Kevin Brown. And they're in the bonus, the Rams, so trip to the TAB awaits.
One thing the Saints have done well is staying out of foul trouble. That's been a big issue with a lot of their players having to sit on the bench. I mean, I know there's Tom Vodanovic, but apart from that, he's got the only 2 fouls of the team, so they're playing with their hands out, playing smart.
Leapa makes both from the TAB stripe. 55 seconds remaining in this first quarter. The Rams scored the first 4 points, can you believe, but it's been all Wellington since. Offense has just been a little stagnant, but credit to the Saints defense. Here's Wynyard, down low on Dane Samuel. Gets it to go.
That's what they need more of. They need to go back to what they know works.
4 points for Ty. Marlon Taylor and a 10-second differential between game and shot clock. Mucius from the left corner leaves it short, gets his own board. Important finish. Just hung in the air. Time stood still. Shot clock's off. Baxter Jr. Too much sauce on that one. And the Saints get the last bucket. Here comes Taylor. 4 seconds. Dane Samuel downhill. Got to be a charge.
Yeah, he knows it. He goes and picks up Kaya on the way back. He knew that one was a foul. Too much momentum, couldn't stop himself.
So 2 seconds remaining. It looks like Ty Wynyard is asking for a Sky City player timeout, and that's exactly what he does. Teams can't head back to the bench. There's still a little bit of confusion, isn't there, Tessa? But the 5 players for respective teams on the court coming together in a huddle, talk it over with no influence from the bench. It's a good opportunity too to discuss the tickets to the big game. 10,000 available for worthy community groups, sports teams. Scan that QR code, get along the Cowles NBL game of your choosing, subject to availability. 2 seconds here. What is the play? Wilson frame with the inbound. They go to Wynyard. Can he get it up? He can. Look short, is short. And there you have it, the first quarter. The Wellington Saints have come to Christchurch to play. 24 points to 12 here on Sky Sport.
Done well.
Welcome back to Cowles Stadium. $25 Sal's Pizza, a large Morna with the online code layout. Valid a few more days. Code layup. Just looking at the box score there, Tessa, and we were mentioning pre-game that the rebounding is where Canterbury Rams have done so well this Cowles NBL season, but just 1 on the offensive end. Conversely, the Saints have picked up 4, 15-9 total. It's been a big part of how the Saints have had the opportunities that they've had.
Yeah, exactly. They've done their homework and they know exactly what they need to do against the Rams.
Torrey Smith-Milner gets to work down low, and another foul call on the Rams, and in the shooting motion, Smith-Milner will head to the TAB. Averaging just a tick under 13 points, 7 boards, and 2 threes. Smith-Milner really able to stretch the floor, aren't they, with his presence. Misses the first. Speaking of Judd Flavel yesterday, Tessa, it's pretty remarkable, isn't it, that the Saints have got 4 or 5 of their starters either with ANBL contracts or at least ANBL experience or international basketball experience. So really is a litmus test for this Rams side, and so far just a little flat.
Yeah, definitely. And it just shows the whole level of the league overall is amazing standard these days. We've got so many ANBL and international level players.
Wynyard just bulldozes his way through Mucius, and Smith-Milner there gets the call, unable to get the roll. And that's what the Rams need to do. Get to the TAB, get some easy points, get back in this one. Ty connects with the first. He has 5. and makes it 6, cut the lead to 11. And they're going to need more than just a big game from Wynyard. You'd think one of these imports for the Rams needs to get going. Samuel slings it to Smith-Milner. What a find that was.
That was so nice. An unfortunate Kaya just got stuck under there and committed the foul.
So foul trouble is becoming a slight area of concern for Judd Flavel. It's a fine line, isn't it, between having that physical presence and getting in the referee's bad books, but again, not making them pay at the TAB. The Wellington Saints, and a real shake of the head from Toy Smith-Milner.
Just looking at the stat line here, and that was the 11th free throw for the Saints, and the Rams have only had 2. It just shows how much more aggressive the Saints have been in drawing these fouls.
Here comes Tevin Brown. Great pressure from Smith-Milner, and Leafin travels the call right in front of us here. And this defensive intensity from the Saints is at another level right now. What's the call here? It was a pretty ordinary pass, but Wilson Frame
held him. He had his arm wrapped around him a little bit, I think, and I think he's trying to do it again.
The 26-14. Not much noise here in Cowles. They're waiting for their side to kick into gear, but it's been all Wellington. It's Leafa, let's fly. Can't get that one to roll.
You can't go under with him. You have to make sure you stick. They're lucky that he didn't hit that.
Absolutely. It's Wilson Frame. Let's go early.
Yes.
There you have it. Jared Wilson Frame. Nine-point ball game. Mucius hits the deck. Leafa still with it. Looks to get to the cup. Just playing at a different pace now between Leafa and Adnan. Just feel like they have so much time. They're seeing what the Rams are throwing at them defensively, getting the switches.
Getting the switches, getting to the inside the paint and just making their shots.
Darling with the up fake. Lovely little pass to Ty when you're down low. The bigs connect.
Drew over the help, dumped down to Ty. Perfect player there.
When you're leading all Rams scorers with 8. I don't think Taylor Brick quite knew where the ball was on that occasion. Smith-Milner's hit the ground. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Adnan wants to dance with Kaya Isaac. Can't connect on that one. Here come the Rams. They get back-to-back buckets in this one through Wilson Frame. Heat check.
Oh,
he's hot. And he lets the Saints bench know about it too. Call a timeout, he yells. And Troy McLean does just that. They needed that offensive spark, and they've got it through Jared Wilson Frame. Cuts it to 6. Saw him in the warm-ups. Tessa, he had a shot from every about half a metre around the entire 3-point before he went and joined the rest of the team in the warm-up. So he was making a lot of them too. So look,
yep, he's
Rams
a
will need
shooter.
plenty more of that.
He's one of the top players in the league with the amount of 3-pointers made. So the Saints, they did their homework, but obviously not on him.
Well, that's the thing with the Rams. They're so deep, aren't they, that the starting 5 is settled. Wilson Frame and Baxter off the bench. Kai Isaac, such a threat as well from beyond the arc. Speaking of shooters, hoop heads there every Wednesday night. Andrew Mulligan, Casey Frank and Justin Nelson with everything happening around the Sal's NBL. And and in basketball around the world as we stuck into the NBA playoffs. The Warriors tying things up against the Lakers. What a series that is. Steph Curry, LeBron James.
Who are you a fan of? Who are you going for, Lakers or Warriors? This is going to make me really judgy right now.
Can I say neither? Is that okay?
Yeah, I guess.
I just like, I mean, are we ever going to see Curry and LeBron in a playoff series again? Just enjoy it while we can. Smith Milner didn't connect there with Adam, excuse me, and Saints turnover. So the Rams, the pendulum just swings back in their favour ever so slightly. Double team on Britt, but does well to get out of it. Here comes Britt, finds his big, but what hands, Kyle Adnan. And then the pass to Mucius.
And the finish, that was nice.
That is Saints basketball there. And just what they needed after the Rams were looking the part. And when you can't get it to go, and then picks up the foul. The Saints did have a 13-point lead. It was cut to 6 there momentarily before that fast hands from Adnam and then the finish from Mucius. Saints losing both games against the Rams last season. Slightly different looking teams. Another call off the ball on Wilson Frame. That'll be his second, not what they need from Wilson Frame, who just hit back-to-back threes. Are they in the bonus already, Tessa? 6:35 to go in the second. Wow, wait.
This is going to be a long night.
Buckle in.
They're going to be going to the free throw line all the time like this.
Although it might become a tactic soon if the Saints keep missing from the TAB. It's getting a little bit auspicious. Vidanovic makes the second. Marlon Taylor checks back in. Adnam gets a rest. Nine-point ball game in favour of the Wellington Saints, looking for back-to-back wins after starting the season 0-3. Wilson Frame has caught fire.
He is feeling it, and he's the spark that the Rams really need right now. They haven't got much else going on for them.
Just on a short-term deal, Jared Wilson Frame, with the Rams waiting on another import guard, Kendrick Ray.
Yeah, he leaves sometime this month, I think.
Yeah, only a couple more games, but like Ty Wynyard, so we'll be a new-look Rams side. And so far, it's been Wilson Frame and Wynyard doing the damage offensively. Two players who will make way soon. Wilson Frame unable to connect on that. 3, then picks up the errant pass. 6-point ball game all of a sudden. Can the Rams eat further into this Saints advantage, which was as much as 13. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Wilson Frame out to Darling. Vidanovic in front of him. Takes the contact. What a finish. Gets the crowd on their feet. And a trip to the TAB.
Way to use his body there to create some contact, get some separation, and then draw the foul while he's making the shot.
Four points now for Darling, and a 4-point ball game as Walter Brown checks back in. It is a game of runs. Haven't we seen some leads blowing in the South NBL? Goodness me. Last week.
Yeah. I mean, it just goes to show you cannot feel safe even if you're up 24 points.
And a shocking pass, has to be said, from Vidanovic, and all of a sudden it's the Saints who look a bit rattled. The switch has been flicked for the Rams. Wilson Frame with the inbound. Finds Tevin Brown. Oh,
Nice
Taylor.
break.
Gee whiz. Some serious hops, but Darling. It's a bit of space in front. Again, great hands from the Saints. Another Rams turnover. Mucius comes away with it. Oh, great hands again, though. Walter Brown this time with the steal. Here come the Rams. Wilson Frame. Can he make it 4 threes?
Oh, it looked good.
Just offline. Would have been a tied ball game had that one gone down. Leartha has it for the visitors. Tommy V. Smooth.
Good shot.
And the Rams call a timeout just as they were getting into it. Tom Vodonovic is wide open there, makes them pay. He was great too for the Sky Sport Breakers this season. Huge season for him. Leartha now given back to the New Zealand NBL.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's so cool, obviously, the Breakers doing so well this season and having so much more New Zealand talent on display this season as well. And now we get to see them here in the NZNBL.
So 4:34 to go in this first half. The Saints had a 13-point lead at one point. It's now just 6. And it's been 3 threes from Jared Wilson Frame, which really has stymied the Saints' momentum. Take us into that Saints huddle. What do you reckon they need to get back to that was working so well for them in the first quarter?
Their defensive pressure. They need to keep attacking. The fast break transition was really working for them. Pressuring the Rams and making them run on defense was really good. And I think just slow down. They're taking some rush shots. Once they push it in transition, they're taking some rush shots. Pull it back out, run your offense. Make your free throws.
Here come the Rams. Wilson Frame, Brown, Darling and Wynyard on the court for the home team. Tevin Brown yet to score. He'll change it now.
There he goes.
Open lane, finishes with the left. 4-point ball game. Here's Adnam with Walter Brown in front. And look for the switch. There it is. Dane Samuel. Oh, right idea. Didn't have the execution.
Walter Brown did a good job to fight to be in front of Tom, so they had to do a big errant pass over him instead of giving him the easy pass with Tom being in front of him.
So the Rams have hung tough here. And Wilson Frame running the offense. Darling in the corner. Just a little heavy. It's interesting, Tessa, because we've usually seen when Britt checks out at Quinn Clinton, comes in, runs the offense, but they're liking what they're getting out of Wilson Frame. Is Tommy V back-to-back threes. So many threats, the Wellington Saints. And Vodonovic now has 7. Wilson Frame with a tough attempt. Baxter Jr., there's the offensive rebound.
There they are. I think there was a bit of a rush shot from Wilson Frame. He was trying to draw a foul, but he was a bit off balance. But great follow-up by Troy Baxter.
Adnam offline with that 3. Back with Brown now. Adnam in front, gets right around him. Walter Brown.
He just gets to the hoop so easy. Snakes his way through the defense.
Just 19 years of age. Huge future ahead. This Christchurch local, as the Saints call a timeout. 3-point ball game. The Rams just getting back to what's helped them to a 4-1 record so far this season.
The Wellington Saints, they're really, we should be thanking them and Nick Mills for me being here commentating, because I wouldn't be alive if it weren't for the Saints. They're the ones that brought my dad over to New Zealand, so shout out to Nick Mills and the Saints for bringing Dad over in 1988.
Absolutely. Shout out to the Mills family.
And here I am.
Here you are. Not one player yet in double figures for either side. Musius and Liafa with 9. All our stats courtesy of our official stats partner, the TAB. And that just goes to show, Tessa, really, there's just threats across the court, really, for both teams. Ty Wynyard's been leading the scoring for the Rams. Baxter Jr.'s been right up there. Tevin Brown, Walter Brown, Sal's NBL Player of the Week back in round 2 with back-to-back double-doubles. So really is a collective effort, both of these units. It's Liafa. Vodonovic with the mismatch. Too heavy. Taylor Britt did well.
He just needed to take his time there. He had the mismatch and he knew he could overpower him.
How about that handle, Tevin Brown? That's what they signed him up for. And he's got 4 points. 1 point ball game as Liafa lets fly.
You cannot leave him open.
Two minutes to go in this second quarter. And what a first half we've had. Punch and counter punch. More great defensive pressure from the Saints. 3 on the shot clock. Darling's got to get it up. And connects. Doesn't he love it? Lets Tommy V know.
He had a lot to say then. Oh, that's unlucky.
They have words afterwards, Adnam and Brown. And I reckon Kyle Adnam
I think he was telling
just
him.
said it's not a foul.
Yeah, I think Kyle was telling him unlucky there. I don't think that was a foul.
How about that for honesty? Not that it matters. As Kyle Adnam takes a trip to the TAB. The defensive hustle from Walter Brown. Again with the big assignment of trying to contain a star import guard in this league. But that's his 3rd foul, similar to the game against the Sharks last week, Tessa. Walter Brown, 3 first half fouls, had to sit. And that's when Jeremy Kendall caught fire.
Yep.
1:39 to go. Been in the bonus for quite some time. Adnam makes it both. 3-point ball game, 1:37 to go in this first half. Intriguing contest, as always, in the Sal's NBL. Baxter Jr. And the Rams are caught fire from beyond the arc. Tied ball game. Defense chant rings around Cowles. Marlon Taylor with Britt in front. Puts him in a spin cycle, kicks it back to Tommy V.
Oh my goodness.
We've got ourselves a 3-point contest.
3-point shooting's been great this first half.
Vodonovic has 10. Can Tevin Brown answer? Doesn't get the screen he likes. It's Darling with the move on Vodonovic.
Oh.
And then gets called for the foul.
Just got to keep your hands out of the cookie jar.
You like the intent, but you've got to think, do you just, 43 seconds to go, do you just let the Saints head into their half court? There's a fair bit of words being exchanged between Wilson, Frame and Taylor as Vodonovic heads to the TAB. Makes the first.
I just watched Marlon Taylor just went and stood right next to the Rams team huddle just then. Went and listened to what they were saying and now has gone and told Liafa exactly what they're going to do. Cheeky, cheeky.
Get the secrets any way you can. Might be the last possession of this first half for the Rams. Can they make it count? Baxter Jr. Musius in front. Brown in the corner. Can't get it to go. Three-point shooting has been good, but not on that occasion. 4-second difference between the game and shot clock. Adnan will take his time. Wilson frame. Stays in front. Oh, the offensive rebound finds the hands of Musius. And doesn't he love it?
They're killing the Rams at their own game.
Britt's got to let it fly with the prayer. It's offline. So it's the Wellington Saints. After a big first quarter, the Rams responded, but it's the visitors who lead by 7 at the break. 4 players in double digits already. Musius with 11, Adnan with 10, Liafa with 12, Vidanovic with 12. No Rams yet in double digits. Jared Wilson-Fame has had 3 threes. Try and get something going offensively for the home team. And it looks like Jared Wilson-Frame, who is standing by. We will hear from him very shortly with Tessa Boyaki.
All right, pretty intense first half. How are you feeling?
I'm good. They're a physical team, probably the best talent-wise team we played so far. We knew it was going to be a test, so we're just trying to get our groove and kind of hit back. Took a hit, so we're just trying to hit back right now.
What do you think you guys need to step up in the second half? You're not rebounding as good as you used to. The three-point shooting's good, though. What do you think you need to step up in?
I think you said it right there. It's the physicality. So that's boxing out, right? That's hustling for loose balls, and that's getting open in the offense. You know, they're disrupting us in a little bit in our set. So just about being more physical.
Good luck for the second half. Hey, welcome back to the league. How are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's been good. You know, being able to play, hometown Wellington, and just coming down here. I think last time I came was 2015, and it's always a good atmosphere coming down here loud, and yeah, it's good to be back.
You guys had a great first half. You obviously did your homework and knew what you needed to do against the Rams. What do you need to do to finish this game out?
Finish plays and get back on transition. I think we left them, we gave them some easy buckets, and obviously Jody's got them running well, and I think we just got to play hard and continue to do what we're doing, and hopefully keep the score ticking.
Good luck for the second half.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thoughts there of Isaiah Liafa and Jared Wilson-Frame. It's half-time here at Cowles Stadium. It's the Wellington Saints who lead the Canterbury Rams by 7. Seventeen free throw attempts to 3. The margin 7, so it's pretty much just free throw shooting. Welcome back to Cowles Stadium in Christchurch, where it's the Wellington Saints who lead the Canterbury Rams by 7, the NZNBL. Nick Bewley here, Tessa Boagni alongside for this one. And Tessa, just looking at the box scores, the thing that really jumps off the page, 17 free throw attempts for the Wellington Saints to just 3 for the Canterbury Rams, and it's a 7-point ball game.
How they're attacking and going strong to the hoop and drawing the fouls. The Rams on the other end are not going inside as much, not looking at tie as much, settling for the outside shots, which has been working a little bit, but if they want to get back on the scoreboard and get those foul shots, they need to be aggressive and attack the hoop.
Stats courtesy of our official partner, the TAB. So you look there, 4 players in double figures in the first half for the Saints. Liafa, Vodonovic, Musius, I've been really impressed with actually on both ends. And Kyle Adnam, who got going early. I think 8 of those first 10 points were in the first quarter. The rebounds, Ty Wynyard up there again. Musius, just I'd say about 2 or 3 of them, I reckon, are offensive. He's lean and long and really adding something to the Saints outfit.
Yeah, very athletic too.
And then Adnam running the court primarily for the visitors. Taylor Britt doing the heavy lifting in that regard from the Rams, who have used Wilson Frame a bit to run the offense. And just on the 3-point shooting, 7 for 16 for the Saints at 43.8%. Wasn't going early for the Rams, but through Wilson Frame, he had 3 threes, 5 from 16 as a team, 31%. So they want to tighten that up. They've really built a team around 3-point shooting. Max Darling can shoot threes. Kevin Brown, that's what he did all through his G League and time in college as well. So that's probably where I think the Rams need to get back. Would you agree? Yeah,
definitely. Just taking the right shots too. I feel like sometimes they've been a bit rushed, thinking they need to take a certain shot. But just trust the offense. It's worked so far this season.
Time for another break here on Sky Sport. See if the Rams can find a response after this. Just keep going, otherwise it's going to sound weird.
No, that's so good.
Yeah, yes, yes. See? Over there? Put the goalkeeper out with the black hat on and the flannel. Welcome back to Sky Sports coverage of the Cowles NBL, where the Wellington Saints lead the Canterbury Rams 49-42 at halftime. Just while we wait for both teams to make their way back on court, the Cowles NBL would like to extend its condolences to the family of longtime Manawatu basketball coach Joe Frost, who passed away last weekend. Joe enjoyed a 40-year career, including with the Jets, Palmerston North Boys High, the New Zealand under-18 team, and a lifetime member of Basketball Manawatu. Our thoughts are with his friends and whānau. Saints will start the second half with possession. In fact, no, it's the Rams. What do I know, Tessa? Got confused.
I'm excited for the second half. It's been a good first half so far.
Yeah, wouldn't like to predict it.
No, I'm not putting any money on anything.
Saints with the zone. Tevin Brown from downtown. Cuts it to 4.
That was a good call to try and get him in the game. Get a first shot, see it go through the net. Hopefully that will spark up something for him. Oh, and a good steal from Max Starling.
His first 3 of the night too, Tevin Brown. Here come the Rams with ball movement. Walter Brown with Taylor Britt. Calls the screen. Tevin Brown from way downtown. Goodness gracious me!
There he goes. He's feeling it now. He just needed to see it go through once.
He had 4 points in the first half. He's got 6 points in 50 seconds. Oh, now behind the back, Tevin Brown, razzle dazzle, and the English. Oh, baby! Tevin Brown.
Oh, yep, and the Saints call a timeout. Fair enough after seeing that.
That is the best 1 minute and 3 seconds of Rams offense, or individual brilliance, I think we've seen all season.
My goodness.
And you'd know, Tessa, you see that ball go through the hoop once,
Yeah.
you see it go through twice, just keep bringing it back to me, right? That's the feeling.
You're feeling it. Just give me the rock. I'm hot. I'm on. No one can guard me. That's exactly how he was feeling.
See more of that, I'm sure, on the Cowles NBL highlights show every Tuesday night on Sky Sport from 7:30. A real offensive explosion from Tevin Brown. Those unaware, played his college basketball with none other than Ja Morant, NBA superstar with the Memphis Grizzlies.
Not a bad teammate to have.
He's got his young family here. His young son just next to me. So.
I know, cutest blue eyes. Been giving me smiles all night.
Certainly be smiling after that effort from Dad. There you go. Oh, good.
He's just sleeping away.
Yeah. I'm sure Tevin will let him know all about it when he's a little bit older. The Rams, their first lead of the night since going up 4-0 inside the first minute. The defense chant, the fans are more into it all of a sudden. Here at the Cowles Cauldron, Isaiah Leafa, pick and roll action, Tommy V, gorgeous.
Oh, great pass, great finish. Good way to just settle down and score some points in the second half.
Saints back with the lead, and then the errant pass from Wynyard. Leafa read it like a book. Coast to coast, Isaiah Leafa. Well, you were talking to him at halftime, Tessa, back in the league, back at Cowles for the first time in 8 years.
Yep.
And he's feeling it too.
He is absolutely feeling it, and he's so strong. He can get inside, create that contact, get some space, and just turn in the air and finish.
Look to complete the three-point play from the TAB, and he does just that. Back-to-back buckets for the Saints. Lead by 4. Can they get Tevin Brown open once more? Taylor Britt goes to work. Foul called on Adnam. Just waiting to see if it was in the shooting motion. And it will be 2 at the TAB for Taylor Britt. Yet to score.
Yeah.
It really is that balancing act for Britt, isn't it? Leading this offense, trying to get the best possible looks for his team. But was among the scorers last week at 11 and 9 against the Sharks. Season high of 13. That was back in round 1. Their win over the Taranaki Ears. Makes both of the TAB, cuts it to 2.
I see they've taken Walter Brown off of Kyle Adnam just to make sure he doesn't get that 4th foul early in the second half.
Adnam just a little short. It was online. Rebound Rams. Here they come through Britt. Wynyard with Smith-Milner. Gets it in the eye, Tohi. Wynyard can't make it pay. Smith-Milner's hit the deck.
He's on the ground. He's got hit in the face. He looked in quite a bit of pain there.
Apologies, we don't have our replays working this evening, but yeah, looked like a poke in the eye, or maybe an elbow.
Elbow in the eye.
Elbow is what we're seeing. So there will be a stop and play here.
Oh yeah, elbow from Ty Wynyard in the face.
So looks like Tohi is going to take a seat. Unfortunate for.
I think I can see a bit of a bump on his. Oh, a bit of a bump on his face already.
Certainly no maliciousness from Wynyard as he looked to post up.
It's just an offensive move.
Basketball incident. Great pressure from Ty on Dane Samuel, who's just checked in. Tries to find Leafa. Britt got a tip, but ends up with Isaiah. Kicks it to Vidanovic. Adnam. Looks to take to the cup. Hangs in the air, can't get the roll. Here come the Rams. Walter Brown. Hammer time. He's got hops too, this young 19-year-old stud. It's Leafa with the quick shot. Looked like it was last touched by the Rams. No. It's off the Saints. Tied ball game. And great vision there, Tessa, from Tevin Brown. Saw the 2-on-1 opportunity. Connected to Walter Brown. And we have a tied ball game again. Darling from deep. Money.
He is feeling it too.
That's a second from distance for Max. 11 points for the game. Rams with a 3-point lead. They look flat in the first quarter as Mucius lets that one fly. Hits the front. Oh, what a pass. Tevin Brown. And Wynyard almost brings the backboard down with him.
I'm still scared that the shot clock's going to fall off there. What a pass.
Largest lead of the night for the Rams. Troy McLean won't call a timeout, and it's another Saints turnover. Tevin Brown's demanding it, has it. Big position, this one. Darling, heat check. Oh, big rebound from Wynyard. Back out to Britt. Tevin Brown, catch and shoot, money. And the dance in front of the Saints bench.
He turned around before that even went in.
Lovely move from Leafa. But wow, Tevin Brown has exploded in this third quarter. He's up to 15 points on the night. And 11 of them have come in this third quarter, which still has 5 minutes and 46 to go. Back high, and again, the free throw shooting for the Saints. problematic. They've got to the TAB. Haven't made them all count. Leafa makes the second, cuts the Rams' lead to 7. The Rams were down by 7 at half-time. They lead this third quarter, 20 points to 6 as Brown from the car park. Stop it. Defense chant rings around Cowles. As Marlon Taylor looks to go to work. Lovely finish. Gets around Darling. Cuts it to 5. What a game we have on Sky Sport. As Troy Baxter Jr. looks to check in. Wynyard opts against finding Tevin Brown. Running the offense through him. Marlon Taylor in front. 4 on the shot clock. Ty's going to have to get it up. Great work from Smith Milner.
Good defense.
And then the foul on Britt. You can see the frustration there on Tevin Brown's face. They're throwing all sorts of screens to try and get him free, but to no avail. That's a win for the Saints. They trail by 5 in this one.
The Saints here really just want to take their time and get a score, settle it down. The Rams have all the momentum at the moment, so.
They haven't hit a 3 in this third quarter either. 7 in the first half from 16. Oh, what a lovely pass. Leafa to Smith Milner. And a bench warning against Troy McLean. Something to keep an eye on.
Got to make sure all the players are sitting down now.
Emotions are high in the Cowles NBL.
Oh, and then 3 of them stand up.
Wins at a premium. Quinn Clinton comes into the game for Taylor Britt. And look at Leafa all over Tevin Brown. What a find. Clinton in the corner. Lets it fly.
Oh, unlucky.
Halfway down. And here come the Wellington Saints through Leafa. Doing it all himself, Isaiah. He's up to 19 points on the night, leads all scorers. And a bit of confusion here. Just checking if the shot clock is correct as Wilson Frame comes back in for the Rams for Walter Brown. It's a tied ball game again. 62 apiece. Rams looking for 4 on the bounce. Saints desperate to chalk up their second win of the season. Clinton with Marlon Taylor in front. Can't get round Taylor. Then back with Tevin Brown. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Launches. Ty cleans up. And the foul. The big man going to work down low, and don't the crowd love it?
There we go, back to the basics, the offensive rebounds. The Saints can't give them up. They'll let them right back into this game.
Smith Milner is back in the game after catching that elbow from Ty, but Wynyard still using his physicality down low. Converts from the TAB. And it's back to a 3-point ball game. Kyle Hednam sitting just to our left saying, I'm coming back in on the 3-minute mark. And I get a wink too. Inside scoop on Sky Sport. It's Marlon Taylor. Has Baxter in front. Quick hands Brown. Here come the Rams downhill. Clinton back to Brown. Oh, baby! Tevin Brown.
That got everyone off their seat, including Nick.
Even me. I like that.
There have been some highlights in this third quarter for sure.
The transition from defense to offense for the Rams has just been exceptional. So subs in. Here comes the cavalry and the former, their two imports, Adnam and Musis. Ty Wynyard's going to take a seat as well. He's been big in this third quarter, up to 13 points for the night. Quinn Clinton all over Liafa, and he puts a foot on the line.
Good defense by Quinn. Quinn is such a solid role-playing point guard. He comes in, plays defense, great on the assists.
Yeah,
such a solid player.
Oh, absolutely. They don't lose barely anything, I feel, when Taylor Britt checks out. He's third in the league for assists to turnover ratio, 16 assists to 2 turnovers coming into this one.
That is bloody efficient.
Brown hit the side of the backboard with that jumper from mid-range. Last touch from the Rams, so it'll stay with the Saints. Trail by 5, having led by 7 at halftime. Tommy V from beyond the arc. Can't get that one to fly. The Saints still haven't hit a 3 in this third quarter. Completely different story on the other end for the Canterbury Rams through Tevin Brown, who's up to 17 points. 13 in this third quarter. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Foul called. And it's on Smith Milner. It's his third, and he knows straight away. Back to the bench I go. Thane Samuel checks back in. Is that bonus territory? No, not quite. In fact, it's Smith Milner's 4th.
Oh.
Hence why he knew immediately
Yeah.
he was out of the game. Wilson frame. Rams lead by 5. He comes right out with 6 seconds on the shot clock. Finds Baxter Jr. Way off. And didn't touch the rim either attempt. The shot clock violation.
He was
Step back 3.
He was too open on that rebound.
So another defensive win for the Saints. 2:15 to go in the third. And they find a spark through Adnam. He was exceptional in the first quarter. Rams have done their homework since. It's Tommy V. Can't get the roll. Pinballs around. Ends up in the hands of Wilson Frame and the Rams. Fires a pass, cross-court. Kai Isaac with his first 3 attempt of the night. Can't get it to go. Long rebound. Gets it back. Clinton. Money.
There we go.
Great hustle by the young local duo, the Rams, behind the back from Liafa, loses the handle. Here comes Baxter. Rams looking to add to their 7-point buffer. Wilson Frame, exercising caution, puts it up. Offline. Adnam brings it back. And what's the call here? So, it's a turnover.
Was it out of bounds?
Might have been a carry.
Oh, yeah.
Adnam tried to get through Clinton and Isaac, who did well.
Saints are going to want to get a stop here just to settle it. Don't want to go into the fourth quarter. Oh.
And a foul off the ball on
Max Darling.
Yeah. Isaiah Musius went flying to the court. And a wee cheeky smile.
Smile.
Was that a fly?
I think he Hollywooded that a little bit. He's
Gotta take him.
He's up for an Oscar.
Much needed, though, for the Saints. Adnam with Clinton all over him. And it was before the shooting motion. The foul called on Clinton. That's his second. 1 minute and change to go in this third quarter. And a big minute it is in the context of this one. Although no lead is safe in the Cowles NBL, don't we know it? Dane Samuel, he's angry at himself. Did everything but finish on that occasion, but will earn a trip to the TAB for 2.
So many of the little shots inside that the Saints were making in the first half, they just can't quite finish in the second half, which is why they're down 7 at the moment.
Just 13 points for the Saints in this third quarter. And free throw shooting.
My goodness.
Again, an issue.
You know what they're going to be doing at practice.
Samuel makes the second. 6-point ball game. Clinton, Baxter Jr., Darling, Wilson Frame, and Isaac. So the Rams with their smaller unit as Ty Wynyard earns a break. Baxter Jr., he'll try and detonate on Dane. Can't get it to go. Oh boy, that would have been something. Oh, and there's the hops once more, and eventually gets it home. Troy Baxter Jr. and lets Dane Samuel know.
He is fired up, and I would be too if I had just done that.
And then a whistle on Kaya Isaac. And boos echo around Cowles. Judd Flavel can't believe it. He's been told to watch his feet. Into the bonus too. It's getting a little frosty.
Yep. I feel like it always is with the Saints and the Rams. There's something about these matchups. I was talking to my dad about the Rams, and he hates the Rams. As a Saints player, he hates the Rams.
And another miss from the TAB.
And Cowles Stadium want their free piece of pizza, so they are going to go loud for this one.
Give them the Cowles. Come on, Kyle.
I want to get one on the way home.
Clutch. Tevin Brown checks back in. Kai Isaac takes a seat for the Rams. 30 seconds to go in this third quarter. It's a 6-second differential between game and shot clock. Adnam. Oh. Hands caught in the cookie jar. Looked like ball to me. Martin Davison disagrees.
Just checking we have the right number there, called for the foul.
So that's Adnam's second. Wilson Frame will inbound. 22.1 seconds to go. Still that 6-second differential between game and shot clock. Tevin Brown. Baxter Jr. from the corner. Money. Again with Dane Samuel in front. And now the full court press. 6 seconds remaining. Here comes Musius. Going to get something to go. Pulls up. Just off.
Good look. Oh, and they've got
words
something to
again.
say.
Words again. Oh boy, don't go anywhere. Put the kettle on and then get back to your couch, folks.
Oh my gosh.
It's the Rams who are down by 7 at halftime, who lead by 10. Can't wait for this fourth quarter on Sky Sport. Thanks, mate. So Tevin Brown had 13 in the third quarter. On 2 for 5. 5 from 8 shooting.
Whew.
And yeah, 3 from 5 from downtown. Not bad. Welcome back to Cowles Stadium in Christchurch, where it's the Canterbury Rams who exploded in the third quarter, having been down by 7 at half-time, now lead by 10, their largest lead of the game. I feel like, Tessa, there's still a lot more to come from this game, and there's a bit of spice too between both sides. Don't you love it?
I'm absolutely loving it, and like we've seen in previous games, a 10-point lead means absolutely nothing. So buckle in for an exciting fourth quarter, I reckon.
Saints with first possession. Adnam, Dane Samuel, Vidonovic, Musius, and Marlon Taylor on the floor. And a foul called early. It's on Baxter Jr. That's his third. Dane Samuel heads to the TAB. That's the 25th attempt, Tessa, from the TAB for the Saints. The Rams have had just 6. And the Saints shooting at 17 from 25. Will that be a story as Dane makes both? Cuts the lead to 8. Clinton, Tevin Brown, Wilson frame. Baxter Jr. and Darling on the floor. Here's Baxter. Takes the contact, and a trip to the TAB awaits.
I like to see when the Rams are aggressive and attacking and drawing those fouls. Just like we've seen the first half, they didn't really do it that much and haven't had many free throw attempts, so it's good to finally see them being aggressive.
Yeah, just the 7th attempt coming up for the Rams. That was the second foul on Dane Samuel. Makes the first. 13 points on the night for Troy Baxter Jr. 4 players, excuse me, in double figures for the Rams. Ty Wynyard with 13, Darling with 11, Tevin Brown 17, 13 of which in the third quarter. There's another foul called.
It's going to be a long quarter.
The TAB is getting their money's worth as Adnam heads for 2.
That's Quinn Clinton's 4th foul.
In 8 minutes. I like it.
That's what happens when you have to guard the likes of Kyle Adnam.
Absolutely. Adnam makes both. Back to an 8-point ball game as Taylor Britt checks in. What can the Rams conjure up? Darling, Baxter Jr., pump fake, shoots. Looked online, just a little heavy. Taylor with the board. Here come the Saints. Through Kyle Adnam. Isaiah Leafa about to check in. Adnam. Charge call. Kyle Adnam says, can we challenge? Are you kidding me? That's his third.
I think that's a bit of an unlucky call.
Britt took that one right in between the chest. A little shaken up, back to his feet. (76-68) it remains in favour of the home team. Cut the tension with a knife.
Oh.
Oh now the call goes the other way. And
man.
doesn't he love it? Two can play at that game. Showing all his years of experience, Kyle Ednam.
I love this.
And now he's just pushed off
my
Brett. Goodness me.
The whole Rams bench was up complaining about that.
And now another call. A moving screen on Vidanovic. Oh, tempers may boil over here. Both teams need to keep their heads. That's Vidanovic's third. He's done well since 2000 on the first couple of minutes.
But I think he's going to need to change how he does his screen and roll, because that's what's been getting him
All
every
three
single
fouls.
time.
Yeah. Darling with it. Back to Britt. Mucius in front of Wilson Frame. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Gets the switch. Finds Baxter down low.
Nice.
Makes it pay. Back to a 10-point ball game. Equal largest lead of the night.
Judd Flavel's just having a bit of practice for when Ty's gone. He's had Ty off for quite a while now, working on the small ball.
Great dish from Liafa down low.
Oh.
The Taylor, and then
Max Darling.
Darling. Not what the Rams need. Doesn't look in a good way.
No.
Left knee, possibly.
Okay, sit down, please. That's uncomfortable to watch. Oh.
And he's going to need help getting off the court by the looks. Oh, that is devastating to see. Injury curtailed. Darling sells NBL. Last year, you spent a bit of time with him, Tessa, in the rehab room.
I did, and I don't want to see him again this time. Coming back from this baby, I do not want to see that again. So hopefully, it's nothing too serious.
Yeah, fingers crossed. It's been a huge part. Unsung hero, really, of this Rams side, getting to 4-1.
Yep. Does a lot of the dirty work inside.
It's the intangibles. So one to watch. Ty Wynyard back in the ball game. 8 minutes and change to go in this game, and fourth quarter. It's the Rams who lead by 8. And another call off the ball as Tevin Brown hits the deck. Rams will have it from the baseline.
There has been 7 fouls in 2 minutes in this quarter. There's only been 2 minutes in this quarter. Oh my goodness.
Wilson Frame. Wynyard down low. Samuel in front. Gets the kiss off the glass. Does Ty. He's got 15. Rams restore the 10-point buffer. Adnam, Mucius, Baxter in front, little shimmy.
Ooh.
Can't get that one to go. As the two imports go toe-to-toe, Baxter hits the deck and gets the foul call.
And he's happy about it too.
It's just the first foul on Mucius.
And we're going to the free throw line.
Into the bonus. Well, I hope you like free throw shooting, folks. 7:36 to go in the fourth quarter, and a trip to the TAB. And up until now, the Rams really haven't been in the free throw line at all this game. It's been all Saints at the TAB. As Baxter Jr. makes the first. He's up to 17 points on the night, tied with Tevin Brown for top scoring with the Rams. Makes the second largest lead of the night. Saints need something. Will it be through Isaiah Liafa? Gets to the cup. High. Strong rebound, Smith Milner. And then another foul call, Tessa.
And another trip to the free throw line.
This time it's on Wynyard. That's his fourth. Haven't seen younger brother Totoko Wynyard is suited up if need be. The young 18-year-old spent time in the Oak Hill Academy, renowned basketball academy last year with the likes of Nick Book, Dante Russo-Nance, Smith Milner. Hits both from the TAB. And a timeout called by Rams coach Judd Flavel. Just wants to talk things over. I'd say they'd be pretty happy though, Tessa. They've held on to this 10-point lead, but I'm sure there'll be a discussion about the fouls that have crept into this fourth quarter.
Oh, exactly. And looking at both teams, there's a bit of worry with the foul count. We've got Ty Wynyard on 4 and Quinn Clinton on 4, and then Walter Brown and Troy Baxter Jr. on 3. And for the Saints, we have Darnay Samuel and Kyle Adnam on 3, as well as Tom Vodanovic, and then Tohi Smith-Milner on 4. So, and if they keep calling fouls the way they're calling them right now, I have a feeling we're going to be seeing some people fouled out of this game.
Yeah, we're going to see some seriously small lineups too, because I think it's safe to assume that Max Darling's night is done.
Yeah.
One more foul would see Wynyard out of this one. We might see young Totoko Wynyard, his first taste of Sal's NBL, and what a time to do it.
Yeah, it looks like at this rate, the benches are going to be needing to come out.
The Saints, of course, this is their first of 2 games in the space of 3 days. They'll head further south to the Shark Tank, ILT Stadium South in Invercargill. Looking forward to that one. Jeremy Kendall and Kyle Adnam matching up at the one spot. Here comes Clinton. Nice find, Baxter Jr.
Oh my goodness. No way.
I'm speechless.
Wow.
Well, I don't know if you saw during the week, News Hub had a story on him. Dunk competition winner, high school.
That doesn't surprise me.
Shaquille O'Neal, one of the judges, and we just saw a taste of it then in the Sal's NBL, but Smith Milner.
Right back at them.
Right back in the face of Ty Wynyard. 9-point ball game. Tevin Brown with Isaiah Musius in front. Gets to his right, kicks it out. Baxter Jr. Back up top. Lovely pass, that time Baxter, but Wynyard couldn't finish. He's going to have to hustle back to his Adnam from 3, just a little short. There's no big there. Ty Wynyard in back play. I think he's picked up an injury as well.
It looks like he hurt his knee a little bit.
Troy Baxter's done the dirty work down low in his absence and picked up the foul.
2 Saints players had the rebound, and then neither of them ended up with it, and we got a foul, and they got a foul. Coach killer right there.
Big moment in this one. We'll watch, see how Ty Wynyard goes as Tevin Brown brings it down court for the Rams. Exercising patience. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Clinton tries to get around Musius. Step back, mid-range, a little long. Bobbles around. Wynyard back with it. Definitely hit the rim, but they play on. Brown with the step back this time. Oh, it's online, just a little heavy. Liafa hangs in the air, can't get it to kick on the glass. Frustrated.
There they are again, those shots that they were making in the first half just cannot connect in the second half.
Rams using the clock to their advantage. But Brown loses the handle. 3-on-2 here, Liafa. Baxter Jr., fantastic work from him to get in the way of the pass. And then the call is going to be against Clinton. That's his 5th.
We've got our first victim of the night fouled out.
Well, he's left it all out there, Quinn Clinton, in just under 10 minutes.
It's an unlucky last foul to go out on, but
He gets a warm reception from the crowd here at Cowles as Walter Brown will take up the assignment now of guarding either Isaiah Leafa or Kyle Adnam. Isaiah Musius heads to the TAB and leaves the first one short.
gosh, the Saints are going to look back at their free throw shooting.
And there's about 100 screaming kids who want free cells. Pizza, they're not going to get it yet. Emphasis on yet. Wilson frame with it. Marlon Taylor in front. Bit of contact there, but no call. Step back. Jared Wilson frame. Money. Oh, and a little shimmy too.
He's just showing him how he did it.
Wilson frame with 12. And a charge, and that's Tohi Smith-Milner's night.
Oh no, that's a big one for the Saints.
Huge call to make here for Troy McLean. Smith-Milner's night's done. That was his fifth. Darnay Samuel back into the game. He's just on the 3 fouls. A huge win there for this home team.
That one hurts for the Saints. Tohi has been a big part of their offense. Very efficient shooter as well.
5 minutes to go in this one. Here comes Baxter Jr. downhill with pace. Finds Tevin Brown with a bullet. Can't connect. Here come the Saints now. Marlon Taylor hangs in the air. Doesn't get the roll. Darnay Samuel cleans up and 2.
He just flew in the air. Ridiculous athleticism.
9-point ball game. Rams again using all 24 seconds where possible. Walter Brown almost loses it. Back to Wynyard. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Vidanovic in front. Kicks it out to Baxter. No one in front. Can't make them pay. And then we've got a call.
He was too open. Oh, who's that on?
Might be on Darnay Samuel. As him and Ty Wynyard battled for the rebound. In fact, it's on Musius.
Yeah.
I completely missed that one.
Didn't see that at all.
It's on Walter Brown. So a trip to the TAB. And a real coach killer for Troy McLean as Brown makes the first. Rims out with the second 10-point ball game. It was 10 points at 3/4 time. The Rams have done well to respond with whatever the Saints have thrown at them as Leafa,
Lovely move.
Lost the handle right at the last minute. It was silky to get around. Just couldn't finish.
In and out dribble. Absolutely got the defense.
Wilson frame. Brings it up over the half court. Saints need a stop. Rams go back to Wynyard. Then Tevin Brown fires it to Wilson frame, who connects with another 3. That's 5 on the night for Jared Wilson frame, who gives the binoculars to Tevin Brown. The boys are having a party. What a response. The Canterbury Rams look down and out early doors and showing all the credentials of a top team in the Cells NBL.
You just look at their scoring. They've got Baxter Jr. on 20, Wilson Frame on 15, Tevin Brown on 17, Ty Wynyard on 15, and then Max Darling, who left early on 11.
Yeah.
That's pretty insane for a team to have that much in double figures, and high double figures at that.
TAB, of course, our official stats partner. This would be 4 wins on the trot for the Canterbury Rams. Only game they've dropped this season was on this home floor. It's a red-hot Manawatu Jets side on that occasion. But what a contest it's been. Ebbed and flowed. Will we have one more run, Tessa? 3:42 to go.
Never say never.
With the class of Kyle Adnam, Isaiah Liafa.
They've got some good three-point shooters.
The players are there. Wynyard looks to have hobbled off that lower leg injury, picked up a couple of minutes ago too. Rams showing why they have the #1 offense in this league. Pressure's on, huge pass down court to Liafa, and then a travel call. It's just not going the Saints' way. All the little things are creeping in that were non-existent in that first quarter when they were exceptional. But a turnover, Marlon Taylor. And then Mucius with the follow, well above the rim, but just couldn't drop it in.
Nothing is dropping for them right now.
Lid on the bucket. 3:25 remaining, Tevin Brown with it. Wilson frame, red hot from distance. Can't connect with Wynyard, here comes Adnam. Liafa, wide open, must hit, does.
Good hit. That'll settle some nerves, get a stop here.
Liafa has a team high 22. 10-point ball game. It's not over. And that was great defensive pressure. Look like it might have come off the thigh of Tevin Brown.
It did look like Tom Vodanovic hit it off of Tevin Brown there, but it's unlucky for the Saints.
So it'll stay with the Rams. 12 seconds on the shot clock. That turnover count is creeping up for the Saints. Briefly caught it there. It's up to 20. Wynyard, Vodanovic in front. Wilson frame, 4 seconds on the shot clock, double team. Got to let it fly. Well short. Well, that's the stop the Saints needed and wanted. They go back to Liafa.
Another score here, and they're right back in it.
Big time. Walter Brown picks up Kyle Adnam. Vodanovic lets it fly from distance. Can't get it to go.
That would have been a great shot.
They went quick. They know time is not on their side. The Rams surely will eat into the clock. Back with Brits. Wynyard down low. Oh, what a finish from Ty Wynyard. Athleticism in spades and an and one opportunity. Fourth on Vodanovic. Huge play for Ty Wynyard, who now has 17. Penultimate game for the Rams. Come and see him live, folks, next week against the Nelson Giants. He's put together one heck of a season. Will no doubt be a huge loss to this Rams side as Liafa again gets to work with the handle. Adnam lets it fly. Money.
They're just starting to make their shots a little too late.
Vodanovic almost with the steal on Wynyard. Now we've got a 3-on-2. Tevin Brown immediately answers. And the dance is back. He's having himself a night. 20 points. That's a new season high for the 24-year-old out of Murray State. And you'd have to think Tessa, especially after that one, 13 points is going to be insurmountable for this valiant Saints side. They won't die wondering, but The Rams.
There have been so many of those offensive screen calls.
It's been a real area of focus. And the Saints just, for whatever reason, haven't adjusted. 1:45 to go. It's been a huge win for this Rams side. We've got some serious contributions from their imports. Tevin Brown with 20. Troy Baxter Jr. with 20.
And another foul out.
This time it's on Vidanovic. And it's just been that kind of night. And Wilson Frame with 15. Pretty sure all of them from distance. The 55 points, excuse me, from the Rams import trio. As well as 18 from their big Ty Wynyard. Misses the first at the TAB. Looks like they'll join the Otago Nuggets on 5 wins. The South Island, Tessa.
Hey,
the Sharks are there as well. How good.
Oh yeah, the top 3 is okay, South Island. Get up.
Lovely dish from Adnam. Dane Samuel finishes at the cup. It looks like it's going to be immaterial. Oh, I mean something you'd more see in a game of rugby league. They're going to count it.
No.
Dane Samuel dropped the shoulder. Baxter Jr. continued with the play.
Oh man.
And the Rams bring up a hundy.
When it rains, it pours, and it is pouring for the Saints now, unfortunately.
Oh, what a second half it's been. Just 12 points, Tessa, in the first quarter for the Rams. Saints led 24-12. Cut it to 7 by half-time. But it was that third quarter.
Oh my gosh.
And another call.
Another foul. The Rams bench is loving it.
Taylor Britt this time with a trip to the TAB. Connects with the first. And Judd Flavel just talking to Walter Brown there. Stay calm with it, don't need a foul. Stay in front. Timeout called by the Saints. I'm exhausted too.
I'm tired. What a game. I mean, the scoreline, unfortunately, doesn't really show how intense and competitive this game has been for the whole game, really.
Yeah.
It's been... I've been on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, it really is hard to believe now, Tess, when you look at it. Yeah, 16-point ball game. And you're right, the Saints have been, well, they were leading for so long, and then still felt like they were just a wee run away from getting back to parity. But kudos to the Rams and contributions across the court. Their imports have delivered. Ty Wynyard again. Another big night. 19 and 12, another double-double. The Saints will bring it back over the half court for this one. Try and end on a high. So the Rams just all of a sudden have the Saints number in the last 18 months. This will be 3 wins in a row. It's the 12-time champions. Dane Samuel goes to work, can't get it to go. Wynyard fires it to Walter Brown.
They'll just take their time here and run the clock right down.
Tevin Brown in the corner. Can't get that one to go. Here comes Mucius downhill. Coast to coast. Oh, great contest. Walter Brown and Baxter Jr. And then gets the rejection. He can't believe the call. He's going to run away before he says something he'll regret. A smile on his face. A wry smile at that. And the Saints clear their bench. Dougal Mita and Winiata Mulvihill into the contest. They got to back it up. It's a tough road trip, this one, down to the Shark Tank on Sunday. In fact, no call. So, excuse me, block was obviously A-OK. Lovely pass, Brett. Ty Wynyard just couldn't finish. Here come the Saints. Playing to the end, and who knows, points differential could be huge. Oh. Lovely move there. In the corner. And Riley Sarr checks in, much to the delight of the home fans. A young teenager out at Ashburton College. And a well-earned breather. Innovation for Ty Wynyard and Troy Baxter Jr., who check out. 8-second differential between game and shot clock as Jevon Brown again. Confusing the die. Leafa from 3. Can't connect. That should do it. Brown finds Riley Sarr for the cherry on top, not to be. But that's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Canterbury Rams. 4 in a row in the Cowles NBL. They were flat in the first quarter. They got better in the second. And then they were huge in the third and fourth. Final score, the Canterbury Rams 102. The Wellington Saints 88.